After a stunning overtime win, 12-11, Boston Cannons come out top over the Chesapeake Bayhawks. Nick Marrocco, goalkeeper here, talking with us here on Lacrosse Talk Radio. Nick, just first, give me your overall impressions of tonight's game.
I mean, it was wild, back and forth all game. Obviously, we knew these guys were ridiculously good, so it was a game it was pretty easy to get for. I think going into a different mentality this game, it was more of, going in thinking, expecting to win, and having that in our head. It starts with your mind, and you got to believe you're going to win, or else you're doomed from the get-go. So we were going into that with some confidence, but also we respected them and knew how talented they were. So it was a game of runs. They had quite a few runs during the early part of the game, but we battled back, and especially towards the end, it was a crazy game. And then once overtime came, I mean, back and forth, it's scary stuff, especially as a goalie, but that's what you live for. We're all like, you know what, like, what's better than this? This is why we play, for these moments. And once Zeddy got the ball at the end of the game, got his hands free, I was like, game over. That kid, if you give him a little space, he's gonna stick that. And he's quite the player, awesome kid, and really pumped for him.
Of course, the league is talented all the way around, but you look at the attack line that you had to defend tonight with Lyle Thompson out on the field, of course, Stanwyck running from the X a lot, and Colin Heacock. You talk about Lyle, for example, and just when you know that you're going to have him shooting on you, is it one of those things where you know you're going to give him a few points, is just trying to minimize it, or what do you do going into a game you know you have guys like that?
Yeah, we were trying to pressure him all over the field. I think our defenseman, James Fay, he did a wonderful job with that. He was all over him, and you could tell early in the game Lyle was getting a little frustrated. But, Lyle's Lyle. He's ridiculously talented, and, he makes his moves that you're like, that's just not fair. But, no, it's just he's one of those players you can't really give him any time, or you can't give him his hands free, because if you do, he's going to likely at least give a good shot off or sting it. Perfect example, beginning of the third quarter, that first shot, got his hands free a little bit, stung it, bottom far corner, and couldn't really see it at all. But no, we were going into it, we knew our matchups, and I think our D played ridiculously good. Obviously a low-scoring game, and that kind of shows. So we just try to battle and play really, really tough and frustrate them as much as we could.
Hey, look at the top four teams, depending how the rest of the games shake out tonight, separated maybe by a half a game or a game. Hey, only a couple of games left in the season. I know everybody says take it one game at a time, but I'm sure you also kind of look ahead slightly when you only have a few games left. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, it's easy to look ahead and be like, what happens if we do this or this? But I mean, at the end of the day, you're just trying to take it game by game. The wonderful part of this is, the season's a little longer this year, so that's awesome. And for us, the fact that every team is super talented. Teams, especially a couple teams who weren't playing really too well in the beginning of the season, are starting to roll, including Dallas, who we got next. So we're just trying to take it game by game and try to figure out after this win, obviously enjoy it, but next few days regroup and then attack our game plan for this week and go into the next one flying, and good to be back home.
Well, Nick, congratulations on the overtime win tonight. Good luck next week.
Thank you. I appreciate it.